Hello everyone. Today we are discuss on the shear stress expressions. So now we start this particular lecture. In this lecture we have to discuss the shear stress distribution about the beam sections and uh, depending upon the cross section of different beam, how are the shear stresses distribute and what is the maximum shear stress developed in the beam, what is the value of average shear stress. So we all focus upon shear stress. So let's start the video. First of all, we consider and section, elementary section on a particular beam, and the length of this particular section is considered as a del x. Okay, this is del x, this is a beam. Now we know that in the one end of particular section is a moment developed at the section is m, and when we consider the sagging moment, then the equal and opposite moment is considered is a m plus del m. So here is the moment n, and due to this del x length, here the moment which was generated is m plus del m. Del m is some small elementary moment. Okay, so now we consider the length from the neutral axis. From the neutral axis to this elementary section is y, and the thickness of this elementary axis is del y. You can see the cross section of this particular elementary section. So here is the width of the particular section is b, total width b, and this is the y is the length and del y is the thickness. Okay, so we know that bending stress at the left hand corner will be equal to m by I into y. We know that f by y is equal to m by I. So from this relation we got this particular bending stresses, and same thing when we see on this D face. So bending stresses will be equal to m plus del m by I into y. Okay, so we know that the force will be equal to stress into area. So we have calculated the horizontal force developed on this C face. So what is the magnitude of this horizontal force? So magnitude of this horizontal force will be become equal to, this is f m by I into y is our m by y into I is into y will be our stress, and the area of this section will be equal to width, this is the width, and multiplied by the dy. Okay, you consider this is dy, this is width. Okay, now similarly we want to calculate the forces, horizontal forces on the opposite side, that means D. So which is equal to this stress m plus del m by I into y into area b into dy. So this is the b into dy will be equal to area. This may be written as ay, area. Okay, now the same thing on left and right side of the force. So now we want to calculate the effective horizontal force which will be work on the left and both left and right side. So now you see here is the magnitude of the force is this, and this is acting just like this, and to oppose this force, this type of force will be generated. F2, and F2 magnitude will be higher because here is some small element del m is included in the moment due to this dx length. So when we want to know the effective horizontal force, we just put the equilibrium condition, del f will be equal to 0. So when putting this horizontal force will be equal to 0, they become equal to this magnitude, del m by I y into b into del y, and here b into del y will be equal to your area. Okay, so here we calculate the net horizontal forces acting on the body. So we want to calculate the shear stress or shear force. So we know that the shear stress or shear force is the just like a friction force which will be oppose the movement of particular body. You know the friction principle. Suppose here a force will be acted like F magnitude. So due to this gravity of particular box, a friction force or opposed force will be developed here, which is denoted by tau. So same principle will be applied, we will apply here. So now in case we have one left net force like F whose magnitude is this. So for opposing this horizontal net force, here at least a shear force will be developed whose magnitude is tau. So what is the, this is shear stress multiplied by area. So what is the area for this particular case? So we know that the in case of calculation of shear stress we consider the surface area, but in case of pressure or force we consider stress, we consider the cross section area. So suppose this is the some three body. So cross section area of this particular element is this into this, like this is dy and this is b. So we consider b into dy this area, but in case of shear stress we do not consider this, we consider the surface area. So surface area of this particular, suppose shear stress is applied this, so what is the surface area of this particular element? The surface area of this element will be equal to this into this. So the value of this line is b dx and this is b. So dx into b is our surface area. Okay, so let's see. Here the same thing. So we equate the shear force to the net horizontal force. So as I know, as I can say, q is the shear stress, which is also denoted by tau. So q multiplied by b into del x, del b into del x is the surface area, which will be equal to this magnitude, del m by I dy y into b into dy. So we integrate. So here you see we just know the net horizontal force for a particular elementary layer CD. When we want to know the net horizontal force throughout this cross section, we just integrate this horizontal force. Okay, so this part is the integration we missed. This is the integration part. So in this integration part we just integrate this force element. Okay, so now you may see what we do. This b into del x we put here, and here del m by I is the constant. So it depend upon the cross section area but did not depend upon the shear stress. So we put out from this terms. So now here you see, as I saw, as I told earlier, b into dy is our area. So what is the value kept here? Y into a small y. So from the perpendicular axis theorem, you know that integration of y into area is become a moment of area, moment of inertia of area. Okay, so this is also called moment of area. So here I put this terms will be equal to a into y bar, which is also known as the moment of area. And what is the here what is the term y bar? Y bar is the CG for particular section. Suppose this is neutral axis and I consider one section A B B dash A dash. So from this, the CG of this particular section A dash B dash to neutral axis is our y bar. Okay, so also one most important things, what is the value of this del m by dx? This del m by dx is nothing but this is our shear stress, shear force. This we completed one derivation during the our bending moment and shear force section. So all of you know that del m by del x is our shear force. So these values become, we put the equivalent to f. So now the derivative parts become f divided by bi into ay bar. So this is very important derivation, and this derivation will be used further questions. And on the basis of this particular derivation between the shear stress and shear force, we calculate the shear stress distribution throughout the different cross section like rectangular, circular and triangular. So in the next video I have to discuss the shear stress distribution across some standard sections. Okay, thanks for watching.